Now, back to Coastal Living on KZTV.
Hello and welcome back. Here with us today is the president of the Nueces County Juvenile Justice Volunteers, Rebecca Mohatz. How are you, Rebecca?
Great.
Thank
Oh,
you
but
for
they call her
joining
Becky.
us.
They call her Becky.
And
right?
Becky for sure. Becky with the
Please.
good hair. Mhm. Do you get that a lot?
With the Texas hair.
Thanks to Beyonce. Hey, there you go. She's like, I don't need good. I got the Texas hair, girl. It's even better. Awesome. Well, tell me about this program, the Nueces County Juvenile Justice Volunteer Program. Long name. What does it
Very
mean?
long name. Well, we are an organization that supports services at the Nueces County Juvenile Justice Center.
And that's
Okay.
the one
And-
down on Galahar.
Yes, sir.
Not at the county courthouse.
No, these are kids, so it's the one on Galahar.
Okay.
And we provide programs, faith-based mentoring, events, clothing, hygiene items, just everything that a kid would need
Okay.
to help them to be successful.
And these are kids that have gotten themselves in trouble for all different kinds of reasons, correct?
Yes, we have kids as young as 10 years old, and then they age out at 18. So while we have them there, we really try to help them understand that they can be successful in life, and then we provide those tools.
Now, explain to me something. I mean, someone gets incarcerated for a crime, they go to jail. Even at a 10-year-old is in a jail, in a lockup with bars and grills and all that?
Well, it depends on the crime. It really depends on the situation. A lot of times they just get probation and community service. I'm just saying we've had them as young as 10 years old.
Yeah.
We have two departments. One is detention, so that's where the police bring the child and he's locked up and he's awaiting his court date. And then once they've had their court date, and if they are held over and they're going to have to live out a sentence, then they go to what we call post-adjudication. And post-adjudication, they're usually there for 6 to 9 months.
Wow.
So our volunteers work on both sides. They work on those kids that may be there a day or 2 or 2 weeks, and then we work on the post-adjudication side where we have them for up to 9 months. And that's the side that I focus on because I go over there every week. So I'm with these kids from the time they start their sentence until they get out 9 months later. So I develop a really
Strong
close relationship,
Good.
which is good.
I'm trying to think, if I made a mistake, I stole something from the pharmacy or whatever, and if I went behind bars, would I be better coming out or worse?
It depends on where you're coming from,
I mean,
right?
does that really help me to be behind bars? I mean, is that really the way we deal with youngsters?
Well, actually, sometimes getting arrested and being behind bars for 6 to 9 months is the best thing that could have ever happened to them. Because there's an organization such as ours who actually love these kids. And
might be the first time
we
they're
get all
experiencing
these
that.
months to talk to them about their value and their worth. No one's ever told them that they had value or that they had worth.
Yeah.
And y'all need to understand, a lot of these kids, they had choices, but none of them were good choices.
Of course.
And so they're doing the best they can. Some are just raising themselves. Some are in a one-parent family. They've never met their dads. Some don't even have parents. I've got kids whose parents are homeless.
And a lot of times aren't those the ones that are the most resistant to somebody trying to embrace them and show them that they are loved and cared for because they've had to survive so much on their own that they're like, oh, I don't need you, I can. And they're so young, like 12 and 13-year-old kids that are having to raise their brothers and sisters and coming in like they haven't received that love before. So tell me what an impact that has on those types of children.
Well, I will tell you, there's usually 2 groups of kids that I see. Some, I have this one group that are really hardened, and they're very cynical. They don't trust anybody, and they're very hard to reach. But I have another group that are very remorseful for the bad decision they made. They're sorry and they want help. They desperately want somebody to help them. And so, you help the ones that you can.
Of course.
You can't help them all.
Exactly.
But I think we're very successful at helping these kids understand that they can do better because we provide the programs and the things that they need.
Do they need a friend like you, or do they need products? I mean, how do people help them through your organization?
How can we help?
How
Well,
can
I'm
we
glad
help
you asked.
Well, I mean, it's
Right now-
it's a duh. It's like,
Yeah, we've got to
how do
help
we get
them
these
out.
kids?
They want help.
Well,
Maybe
number
clothes.
one, right, we've got we have a clothing drive that goes on 365 days a year.
Okay.
We have kids that literally will not go back to school because they have nothing to wear. Many of the schools require polo shirts, khaki pants, and these kids can't afford, either they have a parent that refuses to buy it or they can't afford it. So we are constantly needing our clothes closet filled.
Okay.
Secondly, we need hygiene items.
Deodorant, toothpaste,
Deodorant,
toothbrushes,
yes.
combs.
Because what people don't understand is kids will not go back to school if they can't brush their teeth or if they don't have soap to take a shower because
Well, who
they
would
don't
want
want to be
to?
bullied. They don't
course.
want people to make fun of them.
Where do I take this stuff? Where do I bring it to you? I've got a box.
Okay, there's two ways. You can bring them to the detention center at 2310 Galahar Road,
2310.
or you can drop off gift cards like a Target, a Walmart, Old Navy, Kohl's,
Easy.
whatever. Any
Yep.
amount we will accept, and we'll go out and get those clothes.
Okay.
Because a lot of times people don't want to go in and buy stuff for
Sure.
someone they don't know.
Well, and you
But
get so
that's what
caught
we
up
do.
and waste so much time specifically, well, what kind of polo would I want? And this and that. So if you can just
Right.
wrap it up when you're at HEB, grab a little gift card every time you go and donate it. That would be amazing. Well, guys, Rebecca will be back with you. She'll be telling us more about a new program that will go one step farther to help these kids get a second chance. We'll be right back.
You're watching Coastal Living on KZTV, the only lifestyle show made in the Coastal Bend for the Coastal Bend.
Don't go anywhere.
We'll be right back.